Hey everybody, and welcome back to another Kraken Packs video. I am your host, Mr. Bevers. Today we're going through the second third of our Innistrad box. There it is, look at that. It's all still in order, it hasn't all shifted around on me, that's good news. So we're going to get right into things. If you didn't check out the last video, go check it out. We opened up the first third of this box. We're trying to find some Snapcaster Mages. They're only rare, right? We should be able to find a couple maybe. Who knows? Or a Liliana of the Veil if we're super lucky, right? Who knows? We'll see how it goes. Let's get right in. Man, a foil Liliana of the Veil? Or a foil Snapcaster Mage? I'd be totally fine with those things happening. Curse of the Nightly Hunt. Unburial Rites. Rakish Air. Here's your little vampires from this set. 2/2, you know, that whenever a vampire you control deals combat damage to a player, you get a 1/1 counter on it. Pretty good. Pretty good. And we got a Balefire Dragon. Okay, that's not bad. It's one of the more expensive mythics in the set. Next to Liliana of the Veil, obviously. So there's a 6/6 for 7. Flying, and whenever it deals combat damage to a player, it deals that much damage to each creature that player controls. Can get pretty out of hand. So we're starting off strong. We got a Mythic. Mythic is our first rare. And our flip card here is a Civilized Scholar. Let's push those off the side there. And he's an 0/1 for 3 that draws a card and then discard a card. If a creature card was discarded this way, you untap him and flip him. And he becomes a 5/1. And if he didn't attack, you flip him back. That's kind of cool because you can tap him and do some looting, and then swing with a 5/1 if the guy has nothing to block, and if not, you get your 0/1 back to do some more looting. Interesting little flip card. Ah, the Unruly Mob. Okay, looks like we got a foil in this pack. We got a Village Cannibals as our first uncommon. Our second uncommon is a Geist Catcher's Rig. And then another Rage Thrower. And our rare here is a Stony Silence. Alright, nice. So Stony Silence is one of the more expensive rares in the set as well. So there you go, we got that going for us. So it's a 2 mana cost, 1 white, 1 generic. Enchantment. It says activated abilities of artifacts can't be activated. Very good against some things in Modern these days. So our foil, I don't know. Okay, yeah. So the token and then this, and that's on the Cloistered Youth turning into the unholy fiend. And I don't know what happened in that pack. Normally you get the, I'm not sure what happened there. I'm pretty sure I counted only 8. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, so there was 9 and 9. So I just miscounted because I'm a foolish person, I guess. So there you go. No foil in that pack. All that suspense for nothing. Oh well. Victim of the Night. That's what for. I remember Victim of the Night being a sweet card too back in the day. Nice removal spell for limited. Grasp of Phantoms. Inquisitor's Flail. Bramble Crush. The good old Bramble Crush. May blow up your non-creature permanent. Good times. Good times. And our rare here is an Unbreathing Horde. So there you go. It's I guess I should give you guys the rundown here. It's a 0/0 for 3. However, it enters the battlefield with a 1/1 counter on it for each other zombie you control and each zombie card in your graveyard. If Unbreathing Horde would be dealt damage, prevent that damage and remove a 1/1 counter from it. So he basically becomes a big zombie guy. Oh, and we got a rare flip card. There you go, Bloodline Keeper. So this guy's not bad. Very good for your vampire decks. He's a 3/3 for 4, 2 black, 2 generic, but he's a flyer, and you can tap him to put a 2/2 black vampire with flying onto the battlefield. Pay a black, transform him. You can only activate it if you have 5 or more. But when you do, all your vampires get +2/+2, and he still has the ability to tap and make a 2/2. So, in other words, he's a flying 5/5 that taps to make flying 4/4s. Okay. Not a horrible little thing, right? Not a horrible little thing at all. It's nice to see one of the flip rares. I wasn't sure if we were going to see any. Oh, this pack kind of like had a hard time opening up there. Alright. Curiosity is our first uncommon. Then a Moan of the Unhallowed. Then a Wreath of Geists. 1 mana cost enchantment. And we got a Sulphur Falls. Oh, that's good. Sulphur Falls, one of the buddy lands. Blue-red, obviously always a popular color amongst people who like dual lands. Lands that create two different mana types. Not the original dual lands, but lands that make 2 mana. And our flip card is a Village Ironsmith. Turns into an Iron Fang. Alright, let's keep moving along here. Come on, open up. Open up, pack. Oh, a Ghost Quarter. There's a Ghost Quarter. Spectral Rider. Skur's Dig Cultist. And another buddy land. Hinterland Harbor, blue-green. Not bad. Not bad. Two lands in a row, can't really complain. And we got a Delver of Secrets. There you go. It's probably the more expensive of the flip cards in this set, just because it's played in Modern. I don't know its actual price. I'm assuming it's not a whole heck of a lot. It's probably in the dollar range, I would guess. But I mean, dollar for a common is not horrible. Maybe it's less, I don't know, but pretty decent little common card. Okay, we got a foil here. Disciple of Grizzlebrand. Good old Grizzlebrand. Grizzle Daddy, as people call him. Silver Inlaid Dagger. Scourge of Gaia Reach. And we got a Mentor of the Meek. Nice little human soldier that if you have a creature enter the battlefield with power 2 or less, you can pay 1 generic, and if you do, draw a card. Was very good for like the white weenie decks and stuff back in the day. And we have a Grizzled Outcast as our flip card. Turns into the Kralin Horde Wontons. Or Wontons. And our foil is a Pitchburn Devils. There you go. I remember this guy being very good in Limited. Because he was a 3/3 for 5 that if it died, it does 3 damage. So it was essentially a 2-for-1 most of the times, because you could use it to block something with 3 toughness. It would die, and then you would be able to shoot something else for 3. So very good. It made your opponents very, very unhappy to see it on the board. A Scab Goliath. 6/9. Galvanic Juggernaut. Wreath of Geists. And a Mind Shrieker. I have a buddy who has a deck with this card built around it. And it's all about Delirium and using this card to pump cards into your graveyard. And it gets bigger, but also it turns on your Delirium and things. Not bad. Not bad. A little flyer. And our rare here is a Tormented Pariah, 3/2 for 4, that flips into a Rampaging Werewolf, which is a 6/4. Okay, another Boneyard Worm. Desperate Ravings. Nice little draw 2 cards and discard a card at random. But it has flashback, but the flashback costs a blue. So you gotta be playing red-blue or have a way to make blue mana. Geistcatcher's Rig, and a cackling counterpart, I should say. So, 2 blue and a generic. Instant. Put a token onto the battlefield that's a copy of target creature you control, and it has flashback for 2 blue and 5. Let's see if you guys can see that. There it is. And our flip card, another rare. We got another rare for flip. And it's Ludovic's Test Subject. So it's an 0/3 for 2. Defender. And for 2, a blue and a generic, you can put a hatchling counter on it. Then if it has 5 or more, it flips, and it turns into a 13/13 with trample. Quite the big thing that you would have to deal with. So we got 2 flip rares. That's pretty good. Nice to see the flip rares showing their face. It's additional rares from the box, you know? A Diregraph Ghoul. A 2/2 for 1, but it comes into play tapped. A Skursdag Cultist. Invisible Stalker. One of the cards that's used fairly well in the hexproof decks, because it's unblockable. And we got an Endless Rank of the Dead. A very good card for zombie decks. Beginning of your upkeep, you put X 2/2 black zombie creature tokens onto the battlefield, where X is the number of zombies you control, rounded down. So there it is. And our flip card, another Delver of Secrets. Okay. So that puts us up to 3 Delver of Secrets. Too bad it's not foil. I mean, that would have been a sweet little treat, right? A foil Delver of Secrets. I think that would probably go for a little bit still. I don't know how much, but it'd be nice. It'd be nice. It's interesting because if you have the 9 commons, you can still end up with a foil flip card. So you can't really tell whether you have a foil or not based on the number of commons. Inquisitor's Flail. Hallowhenge Scavenger. 4/5 for 5 with Morbid. Paralescence. Or Paraceline. The card that I can't pronounce. There it is. Or at least I don't know how to pronounce it. Let's put it that way. Destroy all enchantments, you gain a life. And we got another Mythic, Past in Flames. So there you go. I don't know what that's worth these days. I'm guessing not a whole heck of a lot, but it's, you know, looks like it's maybe a couple bucks. So there's that. But that puts us up to 3 Mythics now, which is nice. And then, again, here, look, we got, like, the land goes... So when you get a land, it goes at the back. But if you get the tokens, they go in the middle. It's kind of weird. Anyway, we got a Villagers of Estwald. 2/3. Turns into a 4/6. There you go. 2 more packs to go in this third of the box. Another Ghost Quarter. Mask of Avacyn. Battleground Geist. A little 3/3 flyer for 4, or for 5, I should say. But other spirits you control get +1/+0. And another Mythic. Wow. Okay. Not the Mythic we want to see. We want to see that Liliana, right? We want to see that Liliana. I don't know if we're going to see it. This is our 4th Mythic. That's probably on point for the number of Mythics you're going to get in a box, since this is such an old set. I don't know what their curves were back in the day, but it seems like 4 is probably the limit. But we'll see. Well, maybe we'll get lucky. Anyway, Tree of Redemption is an 0/13 for 4. Defender. But you can tap it and exchange your life total with the Tree of Redemption's toughness. Something to note with this card, and it's in the ruling if you go look on Gatherer or look it up in the rules, but the life change that happens in this, it isn't really a change so much as it is a life gain or loss depending on where you are. So if your health is lower than 13 and you change your health to 13, you gain enough life to make your health 13. So if you have other triggers that do stuff when you gain life or whatever, they happen. Or if you have things that double the amount of life you gain when you gain life, it triggers. So it's interesting in that aspect. We found it out with a new deck that my buddy was running with Triskaidekaphobia and the Tree of Perdition. from the new Innistrad set. Counts as a life lost, and therefore it triggers some other things. So interesting. So that puts us up to 4 mythics, and we got another flip rare. So there you go. So this middle section of the box has been pretty heavy on the rare count and also mythics. So Mayor of Avabrook, Avabrook, Mayor of Avabrook. Jeez, my blah 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 blah. Anyway, a 1/1 for a green and a colorless. Other human creatures you control get +1/+1. At the beginning of each upkeep, if no spells were cast, you flip him, and he becomes a 3/3, where it says other werewolves and wolf creatures you control get +1/+1. And at the beginning of your end step, you put a 2/2 green wolf creature token into the battlefield. So he pumps out little wolves and gives those wolves +1/+1. So they basically 3/3 wolves as long as he's flipped. So that's pretty cool. I remember running him in my werewolf deck, green-red werewolf deck. Curse of the Nightly Hunt. Rakashare. Graveyard Shovel. And we got a Manor Gargoyle. A 4/4 for 5, Defender. It's indestructible as long as it has Defender. You can pay a generic mana until end of turn. It loses Defender and gains Flying. And we've got a new flip card that we haven't seen yet. It's a Reckless Waif, a 1/1 for 1, and it turns into a 3/2. Very good for the red aggro decks. So there you go. There you have it. That's the second third of this box. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you very much for hanging in with me and watching. If you could like and subscribe, that'd be greatly appreciated. And we'll go into a little spiel now. All of the cards you see opened here will be up on my store website if you would wish to purchase any of them. They will be on nerdvanastore.ca. And if you're interested in getting cards for cheaper than what they're listed on my site, you can check out my Patreon, where I have a couple of levels that give you discount codes per month for your orders on my store, so you can get the cards even cheaper than they're already listed for. All of the cards will be listed for Canadian dollars, because I am in Canada, so if the prices look a little high to you, it's because they're in Canadian dollar. I assure you that if you do a conversion into American, you will notice that their price is about on par or lower than what you can get them for on TCG Player, at least on a regular basis. If you see anything that's a little bit higher, you can always message me at the email contact on the website, and we can work something out. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and as always, may your pulls ever be better. Thanks for watching, guys.